What's a conversation you still replay in your head? It was a Tuesday night. I remember that clearly because my team had just pushed a major update at work and I was exhausted. I came home, dumped my bag on the floor, and saw my brother's name lighting up my phone. We hadn't spoken in weeks. Not because we were fighting, but because we'd gotten used to silence. That quiet, slow-growing distance that builds between two people when neither wants to be the first to say, "I miss you." I almost let the call go to voicemail. Almost. But something, I don't know, guilt maybe, made me answer. "Hey," I said. "Hey," he replied. His voice sounded tired. Not just sleepy, but worn, like something had been sitting on his chest for a long time. He started with small talk, asked how work was going. I told him about the new features we'd launched and how my manager finally backed off. He laughed, kind of, but it was forced. Then there was this long pause. The kind that makes your stomach drop even though no one said anything yet. "I've been thinking," he said, "about how things ended with Mom." I froze, because that wasn't a topic we ever touched. Not since her funeral 2 years ago. She died suddenly, brain aneurysm. One minute she was texting us both, and the next we were identifying her body at the hospital. But it wasn't her death that broke us. It was the fight we had at her bedside. The yelling, the blame, the way we practically accused each other of letting her die alone. I'd said some awful things. So had he. Then we left in separate cars and never really talked again. Until that night. "I shouldn't have said what I said," he told me. "You didn't abandon her. You were trying to make a living. You always were the one trying." I swallowed hard. My throat burned. "I wasn't there when it mattered," I replied. "And I've hated myself every day since. Not just for missing it. For how I made you feel." There was silence again. But this time, it felt heavy with something unspoken. Then he said it. "I'm sick, man. Like really sick." My heart stopped. He told me he'd been diagnosed a few months earlier. Some rare condition I'd never heard of. He didn't want to tell me until he knew what it meant. But the truth was, he didn't want me to carry the weight. Not after everything. And that's when I said the words I can't stop replaying. "All this time, you could have told me." His voice cracked. "Yeah, but I didn't want our next conversation to be about me dying. I wish I could say I said something wise. Or comforting. But I didn't. I just sat on my kitchen floor, shaking, trying not to cry into the phone. Trying to rewind the last 2 years in my mind. Trying to erase the things I said. Trying to make time move backwards. But time doesn't do that. We talked for 2 hours. Laughed. Cried. Talked about Mom. About growing up. About how the stupidest things become the most important when you're running out of time. He passed away 7 months later. Peacefully, at home, holding my hand. I was there. That part matters. I was there. But I still hear that conversation in my head sometimes. His voice saying, "I didn't want our next conversation to be about me dying." And I wonder how many more we could have had if I just picked up the phone earlier. If you've got a conversation you've been avoiding, have it. And if this story hit you in the gut, let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more real stories like this.